Hello, hello. This is Samara, your feminist alchemist, and welcome to your North Node overview reading for 2024. You should be watching this on my new channel that's associated with the main channel, Feminist Alchemist. This channel is called North Node Alchemy, and here is where you will find all North Node videos from me from this yearly reading to everything I am doing throughout the year. A quick note that all of my North Node readings from here on out until further notice will be timeless readings, and you'll be able to find them on this channel as well. So I'm recording one intro for all of the signs. Welcome if this is your first time to one of my readings, and welcome back if you are returning. The messages I got for 2024, they're all also reflected in how I've chosen to set up, or how I was guided rather, to set up the table, my area for this reading. And the message I got was that 2024 is going to be about living from your heart, a heart-led existence. And in some of us, this triggers some type of reaction of, oh, geez, I've heard that so many times before. And what does that really mean? And how is that a really practical way of living? But that idea will keep being repeated until we slow down and really define what that means for ourselves. What does it mean to lead from my heart space, to lead from my intuition? They say you are here for a purpose. You are who you are as you are for a purpose. And when things feel out of alignment with you, or feels like it's not a good fit for you, it's very likely because that's true. Society has taught us that strength is pushing through difficulties and discomfort. And this is partially true, but the universe adds, if you're going to exercise strength in this way, let it be in your consistent efforts to align with your authentic self, to expand, to express your soul through your physical vessel. So for that reason, I will introduce you to what is on the table. We have back in this corner, we have some clear quartz, which was put there for co-creation and manifestation power. Carnelian for the sacral chakra, creativity, enjoyment of life. We have some amethyst in this back corner here, which represent the violet flame, clearing away anything that impedes your connection to your higher self. And then right in the middle here, we have a rose quartz for self-love and dedication to self. And then I was guided to use the color white to represent a clean slate, blank canvas that we will be painting on through the year of 2024. And speaking of which, I was prompted to make my own 2024 sign to somehow infuse this reading with my own creativity because, this is what my intuition and my guides have shown me about 2024, painting onto this blank slate, writing on the wall, and that question of what, with this blank slate, what are you going to create in your life? And are you willing to use your strength in pursuit of your vision rather than using it to tolerate situations and relationships that don't support nor care about your growth, evolution, and well-being? So let's jump to a little animation now. I'm just going to quickly run through my spread for the North Node, which I've been using since I started doing these readings. So in the first location, we have the universal energies, those big energies that are at play for you to access at this time. Then we have in the second spot, your 5D energy, future self, higher self, In the third position, we have the 3D, what is going on in your physical reality that is showing up as opportunities for healing and expansion. And then in the fourth position, we ask, how can we bridge the 3D with the 5D? How can we bridge where we are to where our higher self is beckoning us to be? In the next position, the fifth position, this is like kind of a wild card position. I pick a topic for each reading. It could be past life, it could be karma, it could be quantum, multidimensionality, etc., etc. This time around, we're going to choose a card to represent the main theme of each season, of each each quarter of 2024. And then we have your final oracles in the middle. And that is that in a nutshell. I invite you now to stick around for your reading. I'm going to light these candles and get started. See you there. Enjoy. Hello, Scorpio North Node. Welcome to your reading for 2024. Your yearly overview. Oops, I just totally knocked the camera that I just diligently fixed a moment ago. There we go. Yes, let me get straight into your cards. I've already meditated on them and done a pre-shuffle. So, let's see what comes for Scorpio North Node 2024. Scorpio North Node 2024. I'll get all of them and then read them for you. Oakley dokley. We have card 29, Friendship. Card 14, Footprints. Card 25, Nature. And card 18 is Renewal. It's an interesting energy you have here, Scorpio North Node. I'm going to read all of them together. The numerology you have here is 11, 5, 7, and 9. And I feel you're going through an overhaul of your physical realm. To infuse yourself with a lot more self-love. And I'll wait for the other cards to come out to explain this, but I feel that the energy of friendship is surrounding inauthentic connections, or you may be getting just more friends that are more aligned with you. What is coming up in here, you have a strong ancestral connection. This could also be, I'm not feeling past life. I'm feeling ancestral connection. Strong ancestral connection, meaning that you may have more friends show up that are in your cultural group or in your ethnicity, your particular background, belief system, and such. But they are pointing to me as well that you may have a friend circle that shows up that is ancestry of a past life that's being activated for you in 2024. I do feel, though, that you'll be, if you're not already involved in your culture, that you will be more of in 2024. Nature. In this case, I'm not necessarily feeling that nature is about the great outdoors, although there is that in there as well, but it's understanding your own nature as well. I do have, though, there is an energy around some physical healing from more natural sources, herbs, tinctures, and the like. You could either be using them or discovering them. We'll find out more about that. And then renewal is, renewal of the spirit, renewal of the physical form, renewal of connections and friendships, and and self-awareness is a word that they're giving me as well. Let's see what your 5D future self has to say about it. Discover your destiny. Dive into the details of your North Node placement with a free tip sheet or purchase your North Node workbook at feministalchemist.com. Okay, where are we going with this? Number 33, reflection. Number 5, throat chakra. Ooh. Okay. Number 11, awareness. Number 28, joy. Number 38, strength. Number 37, realization. I'm going to put it down there. Okay. And, that's a lot. But, if I go by the rules and don't shy away from it, then I will take all 3 of these cards. You have 2 sacral chakra, 40 soul time, and 18 cosmic flower. So a whole lot going on in this nature area of your reading. Okay, so what do we have here? Reflection. Oh, there's something from your family, familial line, or your lack thereof, your lack of connection to it or your connection to it that reflecting on will bring something into your awareness. I do have the distinct feeling, though, that this is something where looking at your family, your cultural group will show you something about how you move through the world. I'm not saying whether it's good or it's bad, it just shows you something. And there's something that needs to be spoken aloud about that. And it's alignment to you. And it's alignment to your self-worth, your sense of self-worth, and what you feel you're capable of or not capable of, or you should be doing or not be doing. There is a distinct something about how your ancestry plays into how you move through the world. And your higher self, your future self, is asking you to bring that into your awareness. Why? Why? Because we never want to be, or the divine, our guides, never want us to be on autopilot and do things just because. If you have an intuitive urge, if it brings you joy, as the card is here, card 28, joy, you have awareness, which is 11. You have strength, which is 38. 3 plus 8 equals 11. And right in between it is joy, 28, which equals 10. So there's this kind of back and forth between, I feel, this push and pull between knowing that something doesn't feel good to you, but pulling away from doing it. Having the strength to pull away from doing it because of whatever obligations, whether it's culturally imposed or just your family. There is this, there is a push and pull in 2024 for you with that coming to a head and you prioritizing this joy card of what makes you, you individually. So I just have a very strong, you know how they have, if you ever did, I forget what it was called. Maybe it was marketing I did. Collective societies and individualistic societies, cultures, right? So you may be in one that has a more collective view. So it's harder to define yourself as an individual, or you may feel may feel that there's something wrong. Your family may look down on you defining yourself as an individual. It may not go with your cultural flow. And I'm talking about this because I think that if that corner of the reading does not apply to you, then a lot of what's going to come after this may not vibe with you, because there's a definite there's a definite cultural ancestral pull on this reading. I could try to interpret the energy in a different way to make a wider net for people. But I think that that would do a disservice to the reading. So, yes. And this can go for any cultural group, even if you don't consider yourself someone cultured. right, we live in places that, and we grow up in a society where there's certain codes of conduct that we just learn, right? And we build expectations around behavior around it, and that comes in every color, shape, and size, right? What I'm getting to over here now with realization, which is also 10. So you have 11, 11, 10, and 10. There's a lot of back and forth of defining yourself in 2024, defining yourself as an individual and defining yourself within a group. There is a lot of that. And I think this is why you have so many heavy cards. There are so many cards in between this nature and I said, it doesn't feel like leaves and forest nature to me. It feels like your core nature. And then you have footsteps, which is all the people who came before you and possibly those who will come after you, and where you stand in that line of people. And in between those two cards, you have sacral chakra, which is, if you've listened to the intro to this video, if you watch the whole thing, the sacral chakra is a theme that was highlighted to me for 2024. Then you have soul time and cosmic flower. So I'm going to just read all three. Sacral chakra, card number 2. The frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. Card 40, soul time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that, while the corporal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. And 18, cosmic flower. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. So I'm getting here that you in 2024 will be redefining yourself, or further defining yourself more clearly within whatever community construct you are in. And I dare to say, more boldly being yourself and expecting or forcing people to accept you or move or not be a part of your circle. Right? I feel that for some of you, there will still be this commitment to a certain amount of family values, but in that, you're like, if our family is so important, if this community is so accepting, so safe, so right for me, then you should be able to accept me and love me and support me in my individuality as well and what I bring to the group. And the Scorpio energy is one of really deep diving into the mystery that is yourself, and reinventing yourself, daring, being courageous enough to reinvent yourself based on the things that you've learned about yourself from going deep within. And this is what your soul is asking for. And it never erases what you knew about yourself before. This only expands your understanding of yourself. This is something they want to make clear to you. And I feel that those words that they have here, like the remembrance of a place we call home, and the soul time card saying the possibility of a new reality to emerge, it's like it's not going to go away. And I think that's what people fear. If this is what you're experiencing, I think this is what people fear when people try new things and go out and be, seek to not only define themselves by the group, but they feel like, okay, is our group weakening? But the reality is, if you can continue to be part of the group and still explore yourself as an individual, you actually will bring back something. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera because I'm moving my hands over here, moving. You will bring back things that actually strengthen the group, right? Especially if you go out and discover yourself, and you know that you could go anywhere else and be yourself anywhere else, but you continue to come home to something that is at the root of you. And that is a testament to the strength of the community bond that you have. So let's see what will be happening in your physical reality in 2024 that will be offered as opportunities for expansion. You have this Chariot in reverse, the Queen of Wands in the upright. Card fell on the ground. Six of Cups in reverse, and the Moon in reverse. Okay. And then at the bottom of the card, you have the Lovers. Ooh, some of you may be marrying. This is the first thing they gave me. This may not apply to everybody. Some of you may be dating or marrying outside of your cultural makeup, and that may cause a little friction and questioning. And that may be, for some of you, that may be the shakeup of this. What shakes all this? If you're not already in that relationship may be coming to shake this up. The Lovers in reverse, or the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, though, could also be unifying the individual part of yourself and the part that identifies with the group. The Chariot in reverse, yeah. I feel you'll be experiencing resistance from one part of you or another that will... So the part that wants to belong and the part that wants to be an individual, I feel there's going to be that is going to kind of stop you in your tracks in 2024. Sorry. Right. And they prompted me to kind of look at my notes from the meditation I did before. These are my notes, really, really short, quick, but deep meditation. It's a selling yourself, but they're saying it like in terms of like a brand, like you being a brand and being seen. Putting yourself first, why agonize over things or people that you can't control? So I think those were the two things they wanted me to read from it for now. We'll see if anything else comes up. Yeah, so I feel that is going to be, it could actually come from external people. It could also just come from within, that there's something that you want to pursue that you feel held back by because of an obligation or an expectation that has to do with your place in the family and your sense of self. Because these two are kind of like, I know this card says friendship, but I'm not getting like platonic friendship energy from here. I'm getting like being a friend to yourself, meaning allowing yourself to be yourself. your friend circle may more reflect your authentic self than your family circle. That's the other thing they're giving me. Queen of Wands, upright. I feel you're going to be very clear about what it is you want to do to move forward. You're not confused about that at all. It's about whether or not you can, like you feel confident and secure enough to move forward at that time. But I feel that your calling is clear to you. It becomes very clear to you in 2024. But the Six of Cups in reverse. I'm really hoping that this applies to more than one of you, because I'm just feeling a very strong vibe that I'm just going to keep following and trust. I'm just going to keep trusting it. That, yeah, Six of Cups in reverse is this fear of, if you go your way forward, that you're going to lose support. That the ways that you're supported in the past, the happy times, you may even be threatened. They may even threaten to cut you off financially, for example. This is especially in the case where, if they don't approve of your partner, or if they don't approve of your life choice, career choice, your sexual orientation, right? Because here, the moon in reverse is like, there is a truth within you in 2024 that really wants to come to the surface, and that you won't be able to contain. You're at the point where you won't be able to contain it. Whether that's loving who you love, having a certain career, having a certain personality, a certain way of expressing yourself, because sacral chakra came out for you, right? Sexuality, sensuality, creativity. So, and throat chakra, expressing that into the world. And then there's this blockage of, you want to, you need to, and also in some place in your heart, you do know that, that's who you are. And if you didn't also have, this feeling of love, security, and for some of you, it may not even be that. I get some of you, it's just fear of the consequences within your family or your community, that you would live that out loud. Totally. So let's see what your advice is for bridging the 3D and the 5D in 2024. What advice is there for Scorpio North Node? We have the Lovers in reverse. Okay. The Emperor in reverse and the Nine of Wands. I was looking at the moon though. So no, they say it goes there because that's where it fell. The cards do fall where they want to fall. I've seen them fly all types of directions. So, okay, and then we have the Four of Swords, and then we have, and the Six of Swords in reverse. And we have the Page of Cups to clarify the Queen of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay. I see this I don't feel this coming to a quick resolution. And if you're waiting for a resolution before you move forward, you won't be moving forward in 2024. I'm sorry. I want you to be able to. This Lover's card here, though, in reverse. They're saying don't be quick to detach yourself in order to feel your freedom or your joy. Right? There's something important for you, and probably your role in this lineage, that you say no. I'm not hiding this from you. I'm not leaving the family unit to go find myself, be myself. I'm going to be myself in your face. In your face, right? That is, you are encouraged not to detach yourself from your community, cultural group, family, even if they, at first are giving you ish for your choices, for your life choices. It's like, yeah. And then I know I say that with a whole lot of ease, right? That can come in many different ways. You are, though, the universe is on your side for you not to detach yourself from it because it's important. You have an important role of being you within that construct. And then we have, did I put these down? Well, they went down in any direction. I usually read it this way, though. I'll go this way. Six of Swords in reverse and the Four of Swords. Once again, this is like, don't run. Don't run from it. Don't run from it. Find your comfy place. This is where the friendship thing comes in. Find like-minded people. Find somewhere where you can be secure. Find somewhere you can talk about it. Find, they're giving me like a very specific example of if you are of a certain cultural group where your sexual orientation is frowned upon, then, barring that you're in any type of physical danger, do stay connected with your community, but find within that community of your, LGBTQ, I forget the other letters, excuse me. I know there's a plus. In that community of your orientation, other people who are experiencing a similar, let's say, depth of cultural push and pull within them or within their family that are dealing with the same situation, or people who are from your cultural group who are also your sexual orientation. That is the advice that or the example that they're showing me. I need to look up what all of the letters are. Yes. So sorry about that. If I missed a letter that you are defined by. And so find your safe space. Do not run. Of course, as I said, barring your physical safety. And with the Six of Cups in reverse, you have the Emperor in reverse and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so I'm getting from this card, be quiet in your strength here. Yes, you're living out loud and you're answering your calling and such, but I do believe that this time of, let's say, incubation, you're also gathering your strength. You need to gather some strength here. And so you don't want to put yourself in a lot of debates, if you will. You don't want to, it will deplete you. It will deplete you. And let the change grow on them. Let it integrate, let it sink in. You are supported by all of your guides. You are divinely supported here. And you will be fine. It does require some strength and embracing your joy where your joy comes and living in the moment. That's part of the mystery of Scorpio as well. This is, so they brought me back to this, embrace the mystery, but be discerning of illusion. That was another thing that they said. Embrace the mystery, but be discerning of illusion. And then we have the Page of Cups. And we have the pig over there. Yes. it's very important for you to, in 2024, to just, your actions should be heart-led. It maybe, this came up for everybody, but it's going to take some practice, you know. And it's important for you to also envision for yourself, like to feel for yourself what type of acceptance, what type of way you want to be an individual and be part of a group, right? Yes. They brought me back to my notes again. I don't know how exactly it fits in, but I guess we'll find out in the next set of cards. So greatness is in store. Subscribe to a new way of thinking. Entertain new thoughts. Get out of your own way. Okay, let's see what is happening throughout the year for you, Scorpio North Node. So I'm going to go with, what's happening here? Sorry. We have January, February, March in one corner. Card number 2 will be April, May, June. And then we have July, August, September, and October, November, December. So what is happening for Scorpio North Node in 2024? What is their overview for the year? We have Malachite. It's time to transform. Rainbow Obsidian, heal your heart, and Black Tourmaline, protect your energy. Okay. They came out together, so I'll put them together. That is how me and my gods work. And Angelite, support is all around you. And Lepidolite, recall your dreams. And Celestite, soothe your soul. Okay. So January, February, March, it's time to transform. That is going to be a time where, as I said, it's like you feel that you just don't have any choice but to be the most authentic expression of yourself. It has to be in the world. It has to. I have a feeling for some of you, it's been affecting your health, your mental health, your sleep patterns. It has to be. And that's what's going to happen January, February, March. It'll just steadily start pouring out of you, pouring out of your heart space. Also, Malachite is it's very healing to the heart as well. Like it detoxifies the heart. It brings out a lot of the ache, if you will. And what's underneath it will be a lot of love for the self. So I feel for you, this is a great time of self-acceptance where you just embrace yourself fully. And as you embrace yourself fully, you're more bold in how you move through the world and how you behave in day-to-day life. What you accept and don't accept, and how you spend your time. And then you have Rainbow Obsidian, heal your heart and protect your energy. And this is coming by your footprints, ancestors, family, and such. You can likely anticipate that from this great transformation, I'm getting specifically like if you live away from home and maybe you see them the holidays in January, February, March, you don't see them. And when you come back in sometime April, May, June, and you see them, that will be a time where there will be friction. So just make note of that. But this is definitely a time where you're going to experience some healing around family, community, belonging. But in that healing period, you also are going to be vulnerable. And so you do need to protect yourself from people who are not sensitive to you, who are not accepting of you, and who are very judgmental. I got a very judgmental energy. So that is, what is that? April, May, June. Angelite, support is all around you. Yes, July, August, September, support is just going to start coming out of the woodwork. You probably are going to also feel more of the support of the angelic realm of your guides in one way or another. You may want to look out for that as well, especially if you're starting to feel any type of loneliness in your expression of your authentic self. Okay, and then the last 3 months of the year, October, November, December. Recall your dreams and soothe your soul, and this is coming by the card Renewed. Yeah, it is just, let's get back to, it feels like you've spent a lot of the year focused on your relationship within your family unit, within your cultural group, within your community. And possibly finding a place where you fit in, where you're supported through that process. The end of the year is relieving some of this anxiety around that, and just tapping back into what does a loving and nurturing community feel like to me. When I think about, gathering, what does a gathering feel like to me? And then on the flip side of that, the other side of the same coin, it's like, what does my individual day-to-day life feel like and look like? And I think your soul is going to go through, it feels like a lot, and I don't want to scare you or overwhelm you in any way, but it is a good clean out that is happening here, and it's necessary. And that's why it's very necessary for you to stay very connected to angelic realm, any guides that you believe in, guides, gods, deities, extraterrestrials, like wherever you feel your support comes from, ask for it. Like, really, ask for it daily, because they're there to help you. I mean, I suppose if you're here, that you do believe that you have guides, your guides are there to help you. And they're there also simply to comfort you if you want it, right? This is coming right by the Four of Swords as well. If you want the comfort, just say, I need comfort. Please comfort me. And they will. You could ask also to be directed to some place, somewhere where you feel you belong and where you feel comforted. Right. Yes. I don't want to put out a prediction like that, but they are asking me, or putting it in my head, that depending on the intensity of the situation, it may not resolve in 2024, which means that if you celebrate the holiday season, October, November, December, Thanksgiving, Christmases, and such, you may not be there. And so some of you have to prepare yourself for a holiday that doesn't look like what you're used to. Six of Cups in reverse. Or you do go, you are there, but it's not the same outpouring of love and acceptance. They need to come around. You need to stay the course. As we go back to putting yourself first, why agonize over things or people you can't control? You cannot fit yourself in a box for them, right? You just can't. Right? You're built the way you're built for a purpose. This is what the beginning of this video said. So let's get your final oracle now. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I guess you're getting 3. I cannot deny you. The Holy Grail, stop the endless searching inner quest. Brothers of the Rose, sacred masculine, honor, protection, support. This way. And then codes of the seeds. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. So we have a bit of reading to do. Let me get the guidebook and just get on these three to close your reading. Okay, the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is a mysterious, long-sought relic about which stories have been told through the ages. Some believe it holds the key to eternal life and divine union. Many devote their lives to discovering and possessing it. It features in the legends of King Arthur. The knight Galahad achieved the vision of God through the Grail. In Christian mysticism, the Grail is the cup used by Jesus at the Last Supper and afterward by Joseph of Arimathea to catch blood at the crucifixion. It was taken to the Isle of Avalon and buried on Chalice Hill, Glastonbury, UK, which turned the chalice well waters red. Pilgrims travel from all corners of the world today to drink from these healing waters. Some believe the Grail legend predates Christ and was inspired by the wells and cauldrons of Welsh and Celtic mythology. The Holy Grail is the ultimate spiritual quest. Many see quests as physical places to journey to, conquer, or find, but perhaps the Grail is an invitation to go inward, to connect with grace within, to find it without. To realize that this journey of drinking from the eternal well is to find it deep within as part of us that cannot be extinguished. Perhaps this is why the rose is a symbol that goes with the Grail, her petals calling us to spiral in. For it's there that we find the nectar of all that we've searched for patiently, waiting for us to return to it. Stop looking without. Stop the endless searching. Turn your gaze within. And the soul inquiry here is, how can you go within and focus on what really matters? Okay. For the other two cards, they're saying I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read the how am I going to read it? I think it needs to be read the whole thing. Okay. No, I'm going to read the whole thing. I just told him I'm going to read the whole thing. I don't think it makes sense to only read part. So, Brothers of the Rose. This is a card of the sacred masculine. Like the feminine, the sacred masculine exists within each one of us, and together we're being called to balance both energies within us. The sun and the moon, solar and lunar. Perhaps this is what it means to birth a new world. The sacred, mature masculine is something so needed in our world. It's the part of us that lives in deep honor and reverence of the feminine. It recognizes the goddess within all life, including the earth, and is committed to protecting and living in devotion to the feminine. The sacred masculine knows that striving and overpowering, enduring and conquering are not helpful. The sacred masculine is strong and tender, protective but not defensive. This card could be a sign that you're being called to work on the sacred masculine energy within you that's maturing and rising. It could be that you're being called to work on ancestral healing of the paternal line. It could be an indication that you're being called to invoke or acknowledge the sacred masculine in those around you. Or it could represent the sacred masculine appearing in your life. The sacred masculine exists within all of us. They are encircling you so that you can do your sacred work, so that you can be part of the return of the goddess on this earth. The rose is their emblem, and they wear it proudly on their hearts. The soul inquiry is, how are you being called to work with the sacred masculine? Okay, and the last card, Codes of the Seeds. They got a lot of support for you, Scorpio North Node. I'm very touched. Actually, wow, that's a word that I wrote down today as well. Touched. You are touched by the divine. They want you to know through this whole 2024. Seeds come in knowing exactly what to do. Within them, they hold the potential of entire forests and rose gardens. Seeds have within them an intelligent timing that's connected with the intelligence of the cosmos. We're all seeds, future forests and gardens waiting to be born. We each hold the codes of a new humanity within us. Change is our natural state. Seeds must be buried in the darkness before they can bloom into the light. Seeds can't even begin to bloom without embracing the fertile void of the winter soil. They can't flower without outgrowing the constraints of the bud. They can't bear fruit without releasing their beauty to the earth and letting go of the very thing about them that captivated others. This card delivers the message that within you, you have all you need to create what you're destined to create, to move through everything that life delivers, and to navigate your way through any terrain. The blueprint has always been seated within. Trust that you have within you the codes for the most glorious rose garden waiting to bud and bloom. Trust those codes. Remember that blueprint. All you need to do now is take the next step, and tomorrow take the next. If you continue taking baby steps each day, on a day not too far from today, you'll look back and discover the most breathtaking garden of roses all around you, and then fruit will follow. Today, just take the next step. You know what to do. The blueprint is encoded within you. And your soul inquiry is, what's your soul calling you to do, and what's one baby step you can take? So, my dear Scorpio North Node, what a year, what a year. Do come back anytime during 2024 to revisit this video. It's all time-stamped for your convenience. And of course, you can come back here to North Node Alchemy for timeless North Node readings that, they come to you when they resonate, I hope. And I will be here, eagerly awaiting you. So until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.